guys, so we just wanted to make a quick little video to tell you that this week is going to be a little bit different of a video than normal.
Because she didn't do anything.
It's true, I was a lazy bum.
We didn't do anything.
The last 2 weeks, you want to show your pockets?
No, your hands are free.
The last 2 weeks, we haven't hardly done anything on the house. And so instead of just not posting a video at all, we thought we would just post a little bit of what went on this week, daily life, a couple little how-tos.
That's right.
/ how we did it.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
right.
And a little update on some furniture I'm working on.
But, time out. Even though we didn't get a lot done this week, there's still some important things that's happening as we speak.
But you gotta wait to the very end.
And you gotta wait till next week to find out what happened. But some crazy exciting news.
Yeah, just watch and find out.
So I'm here at Lowe's right now picking up our flooring. So we got a killer deal on a clearance stuff that they were going out of stock, and they said they'd never have it again, and they had it again, so we ordered it, and I'm here picking it up now. God is so good.
So we didn't do too much today. Me and Toby ran and got something off of Craigslist. It's something I'm going to use to make a butcher block for like a little rolling island for in our kitchen. And then we tackled that shelf and organized it so that we can have better success. And then we brought in all of my things, or Jarrod brought all these in for me last night so that I can start working on this furniture in the house. And hopefully I'll actually get it done that way. But here, let me show you this shelf. Because everyone knows having a place for everything helps your brain stay organized. Oh, what a transformation. Your hand next to mine? Yeah. Okay. Here, come over here. Okay. I'll draw your hand maybe in between Mom and Daddy's hands right here. You ready? There's one. Don't move your fingers. 2, 5, and there's Toby's little hand. Oops, messed it up. Daddy's turn. All right, Daddy's hand turn. Okay, ready? Then you let it closer. Like that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's Daddy. All right, Toby, what did Mom and Daddy say? The only rule is you can draw on the floor when we say it's okay, right? And
yep, it's okay.
Because it's a special time right now, and it's okay. So go ahead. Here, use this one. This one you can really see. Can you draw a circle? Oh, that was a pretty good curvature of a circle.
Nice.
Let him get it? Okay, ready? Get it, Bandit. Oh! Oh, now you gotta get it so you can pull it from him. There you go, don't let go. Where are you going?
There's this car.
Presentable?
I think you look great.
Thanks.
I said my teeth?
Nope, thought you did, but I just saw something.
We're going on a date! A real date. It's not like we're running errands alone. Well, we're gonna do that too. But we're going on a date.
And it's not like we're all dressed up and fancy.
Excuse me, I put in a whole lot of effort this morning.
No, I know, but it's not like one of those black tie dinner dates.
Oh, we've done that a couple times and it was just really expensive.
Do stuff out of the ordinary, and enjoy some us time.
Toby's always fun to take, but the thing is, he's so much fun that he gets all the attention. So I always like focus on Toby and how cute and wonderful he is, and Jarrod does too. And then I was like, you know what? Jarrod needs my undivided attention for once. So you're gonna get it. We're gonna go get some breakfast and go do some fun things together, and then maybe work on the house a little bit today, but our work expectations are pretty low for the day. So good to take a break and it's good to reset sometimes.
That's right.
So let's go on a date.
Okay, I love you.
It's a Christmas miracle. We never get snow down here, but we did today.
Hey, Toby. Hiya. Excuse me, sir. Hiya.
All right, let's go to class.
Come on. Let me go to class.
So we just got out of church and have a couple little things we're gonna do first before we go home.
Oh, little things is what you're saying?
Yeah, but
Because-
hang on, I was gonna say,
Oh.
we didn't do any work on the house this week at all, but today's a big day and it could be a very, I don't know,
Awesome day.
it could be, and it could be very instrumental in our home and property and things changing. So in a sense, today could be like a ton of progress in a sense, but
Well,
during
we did
filming,
some stuff over the weekend. Like, we got firewood.
I painted all my furniture.
She worked on all of her furniture, got it all done.
Yeah.
We went and had a date. So, I mean, definitely wasn't a waste. But yeah, progress on the house, zilch.
Super minimal, like none.
Yeah. That's okay, you know. Sometimes you can't just have progress every single week.
Yeah. So anyway, what are we
We are
doing?
currently on our way to look at a tractor. I know, call us crazy, but we were looking at this tractor earlier, and when we first bought the property, we made a person an offer, but they couldn't go lower than a certain amount, and it was too high for us. And so we said, all right, that's a closed door, move on. And so we did, and we were borrowing my dad's excavator and stuff while we were for the last, I don't know, few months or so.
Yeah.
And just randomly yesterday, this person texts me and says, hey, are you still interested in the tractor? Because I'm going to come down to what we offered earlier. And
Crazy. Because that was the price that we decided. Because before we ever buy something big, we first pray about it a lot, and then we pray about a specific number and say if they don't come to this number, then we will consider that a closed door and will not buy it. And so, it's been like 2 months or something.
probably since I could
And
look,
then they texted you and said that they'd take the offer that we offered. So that was super random yesterday.
So this tractor was bought like a year and a half ago, maybe a little less than that, and she bought it brand new from the John Deere dealership. I'm not quite sure how much she paid, but she bought it brand spanking new, and it's still practically brand spanking new. Like, if you were to work on a tractor, just say for 10 hours on a Saturday or something, you know, mowing fields, this tractor has 3 days worth of work, 30 hours on a tractor. So it's like brand new. And you know, the buckets on the front for scooping rocks and stuff, it maybe has a couple scratches in it. Normally they're all rusted. So when you buy a tractor, you buy just the tractor. And then you got attachments you can add on. You can add on the mower, you can add on, you know, the bucket scoop in the front. Lots of things you can add on. Well, this tractor comes with the big mower in the back and the big old bucket scoop in the front. So that is totally awesome. Both are which look like they're brand new. We are going to go check it out and maybe buy a tractor. First, letting the girls out to roam the property a little bit. Come here, girls. Come here, girls.
I was recently given 3 pieces of furniture. Usually when I sell something, I save a portion of that money to be invested, and then the other portion gets to be spent however we feel we want to spend it. But this time around, I decided I was going to invest all of it and put it into the rest of the furniture that I have to try to flip it and make it something else. So let me show you what I've got. I have this bookshelf here. Usually I don't really like these kinds because they have the little holes here, but this one is solid wood, and I actually kind of like the color. And all these shelves, there's 3 shelves, and they're solid wood too. The only thing that's kind of weird about it is this back paneling here. So that's my first project. My second project is this super, super cute changing table. The top folds down like this. And it's a little cute little changing table. Also solid wood. For me, I don't love painting furniture and technically wasting time on the cheaper plywoods and cheaper fiberboard furniture and stuff. And so that's what brings me to my third piece of furniture. It's really nice and it's heavy, and I think the doors are wood. I'm not really exactly sure. I haven't analyzed it that far, but there's a lot of fiberboard on it, so I'm not quite sure if this is going to be part of my current challenge, but I'll show you it anyway. It's a super, super cute computer hutch. I have the other knob over there, but it's a heavy, like there's like cheap junk fiberboard and then there's nicer fiberboard, and this is definitely a nicer fiberboard. The only thing that I'm like thrown off about is my eye sees this black. Like it could be really, really cool being black, like a matte black, or white even. Like white would look so pretty, but would it be awful to just paint it outside and have the outside a color and then the inside be all unfinished? Because part of me just thinks, man, it'd be so cool to just paint the whole entire thing inside and out, but that would be quite extensive, and then I don't think I would get my money out of it by the time I do that. So if I do anything to it, I might just paint the outside and leave it at that. I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as that goes. I might just, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm not sure what my plan is yet for either of these pieces of furniture, or even this one if I end up being able to do that. So I'm gonna do these 2 pieces and see what I come up with, but here we go. Something I feel like I have to make very clear is I am not a furniture expert. I've never bought chalk paint or nothing from Annie Sloan, nothing from American Finishes, I think it is, although I really, really want to buy something from them. So I've always just done things as cheap as possible material-wise, and then did my best with those materials so that I could get the best profit from the materials that I used. So these are not tips, this is just me showing you how I do it, and then we'll see what happens from there. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put pine on the back of this, just so that the construction part is done and I can then start painting. But here we go. So all the pine is on. This is the rough side. You probably can't tell from the video, but here's the rough side. So let's turn it around. All right. Ooh, I like it, guys. So the lighting is horrible, but here is a midway video of my projects. I still have some distressing and stuff to do, but there, that bottom shelf is permanently there. It doesn't adjust like the others. But there's the painted pine. And to give a completely honest review, I am highly disappointed in this paint. I think it's supposed to be like low fumes and stuff. But I think in the process of making it that way, they missed something really important, because this is already 2 coats and it will not level out. It doesn't self-level. at all. And it doesn't adhere to, usually like, so you can see kind of see the primer streaks through it. Usually it would at least fill through, but it doesn't. And yeah, so super disappointed in the coverage of this. So I think I'm just gonna embrace the streaks and distress it a little bit more, and then it'll be a completely cute little shelf. I went for something a little crazy on this guy. I saw this design and I really wanted to try the dry brushing technique, and I kind of like it. I really like it actually. I really like, it's not supposed to look ombre, it's just supposed to look feathered. Supposed to. But I'm super stoked, and I have some fabric that I got to cover the changing tables. Let me go get that. Here are the fabrics that I chose for the changing pads. I picked 2 patterns that could be more on the boy side, although those would still be really cute for a girl's room, and 2 patterns that would be really good for a little girl's room. And I chose things that I would like if it ended up not selling for our next baby someday. But I really, really like these. I think that is going to look really cute. And here's the table that I didn't show you, the before of. It was just oak, and it was just really, really, I think it was oak, really dinged up, and it had a beveled edge around here that was just chunking off in some spots. So I went over with the rotary tool and just cut it flat. And it is currently painted, and I'm going to distress it a little bit and then put some glaze on it. But hopefully these will sell quickly. Here's the bookshelf after. Here is the table all finished. And here is the finished product of the changing table. I also made these fabrics into changing pad covers as well. Are you done with your crackers?
Yeah.
So now I just have to pray that they sell really fast because they're being stored in our bedroom.
What's up, folks? This is Tips with Jarrod. Home renovation tip 364. When you're dealing with old houses and old galvanized piping, if you couldn't hear what I said, it was galvanized piping. When you need to replace something, sometimes you just can't get it because it's like rusted shut or it's been there forever and you can't get the threads apart. Quick tip I learned. Grab yourself a propane torch, a little lighter, give yourself a little nice flame. Just be careful there's not like wood and stuff behind it. You just heat up around, say, the threads here. I just did it to this guy, but you just heat it up where it connects for a little bit. Put your pipe wrench on there, twist right off. Like that. And I'm back. Quick tip number 964. Let me tell you, living through renovation, this is what you gotta do. Teflon tape. Buy like 30 of these because they're super cheap, and when you run out, you can't do anything. Then I gotta try to find one. So I hope I have some, but quick tip, save yourself the time, buy extra materials because they're cheap. And because I followed my own advice, that quick tip I just gave you, ran up to the shop, and what do you know? A brand new roll of Teflon. Progress can now be made. And then you have to run to the store. Another key, when you're putting on the Teflon tape, you want to put it on like this. I'll show you. So you don't want to put it on this way, like this, and wrap it backwards, because then as you go to tighten on, like I'm putting a cap on, as you go to tighten it on, it's just going to all bundle up and fall off. So you want to put it on the same way you'll be tightening. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So wrap that on there, righty, nice and tidy. Grab your Cappy Doodah Day.
Teflon's not bunching up.
Oh, how you like them apples? Tip 3974, make sure to wear safety glasses. Oakleys that are open under here, not safety glasses.
The ones you got for Christmas are.
Oh, what the hell? Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys how to wire up an electrical outlet. So you got your outlet, you got your wires, white, neutral, ground is the copper, black is hot, okay? So on each side, you've got your attachments. This is going to be the end of this strand, so we aren't going to use the bottom or top. So you strip them back a little ways, then you're going to make a little loop. You want the loop to go in the same direction as the screw turns. So green is going to be your ground, just the copper. White, neutral, is going to go same side with the ground, and the hot is going to be on this side. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. So the screw's tightening to the right, so we want the black wire to loop this way around it. So we're going to grab it on the end, give her a little twist, a little loop like that. Loop that baby on there. Definitely when you're doing this, always make sure the breaker is turned off. And then as you tighten it up, just make sure it's in there good. You can just use a normal screwdriver. I like using an impact, makes it nice. So that's attached. Now we're gonna do the same thing with these, but we're gonna twist them the opposite way, because now we're on the opposite side. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So there you go. So just make sure they're nice and secure. Grab your electrical tape and just cover it over the hots. Especially if you got the metal boxes, you don't want the hot to touch a metal box. And with the bottom ones, if you are not using them. So these are used if you're going to continue on to another plug. You would put your hot, your neutral, and ground. But we aren't. This is going to be the end of it. And so we're going to put a electrical tape just in case, you know, you're taking this off. You don't want your screwdriver to slip in and hit that bare wire. So now we're just going to bend up the wire a little bit and shove it in the outlet box. So let's do that. Bend it, give it another little bend. One more in there. Then we're going to push it back in there. And that is how you change or add an outlet. I'm going to show you how to wire up a new switch. First off, you want to make sure the orientation is correct. That reads no. Don't install it that way. On, off, okay? So that is how it's going to go into your outlet box. First of all, make sure there's no power to it. So shut off the breaker if you got one. We're installing new, so there's no power to any of these. We're going to strip these, each of them, enough so that we can make a loop for them, and I will show you how to do that and then how to install. So we're using 14 gauge wire for lights. So on the wire gauge, just read 14 gauge, clamp it, pull her off. That's what you need. The whites are going to be wire nutted together and just pushed in the back, so we're not going to loop those. So the black ones, this is our power coming into the plug. This wire right here is the one going to the light. So power going into the plug, or the switch, goes to the bottom, and then the one going to your light goes in the top. That way, this has power, and it transfers power when the switch is on, which turns your light on. When you have it off, it cuts power coming up to your light, and then turns it off. That's the switch. So we're going to install the power to the bottom, the switch black to the top. These have a fancy little loop-de-doo hole. You stick it in and just whoop. Got a loop, stick it in and whoop. It works the old-fashioned way using pliers too, but this one's power coming in. Put that one on the bottom. The other black going to the light. Then we're just gonna hook our ground up, which is the green. Kind of overkill, but I enjoy using an impact for this job. Okay, wire nut. We're gonna put those together, the whites. So if you watch my how to install an outlet, you'll see the whites go on one side of the plug and the blacks go on the other side. But with light switches, when you have your white coming in, you just wire nut those together. That comes off the plug to your switch. Wire nut the whites together, and then the blacks go on like I just showed you. Another tip I like to do, electrical tape. Pull off a chunk and put it over the hots. Just in case if you're ever messing with one and you stick a screwdriver and it accidentally slips and goes back in there, if you hit the metal on the metal, you'll see a big spark. And if you're touching that metal, it won't feel good. So, a little extra safety precaution. Gonna bend the wires a little bit so that it all fits in the junction box. And that is installing a new switch.
Hey, I'm gonna show you a little trick that I taught myself back when I was younger. I've never been any good at math, and so like with sewing and stuff, I would always just make templates. So I'm gonna show you how to make a template here. It's very professional. Okay, we're just gonna go like this, and slide it over the top, like so. Like this, and mark where I feel it. Got that? And this guy's over here. Like this. Got that? And then you gotta cut those out. Okay, let's see here. Fit perfect. So that's our template. So just to make sure that we're putting it on straight and don't drill crooked holes because it's a circle, I'm just gonna measure from the floor up to the base of this, 14 inches, and mark it. And do the same thing to the other side too. Here's a quick tip we learned. We used to fight with hole saws trying to get that little plug out. But this is all you have to do. Ready? Take a screw, a long one, about the same, if not longer than the bit you're using. And you just screw it right in, and it'll push against itself. And there it is. No fighting with it. Oh boy. And that is how you drill holes in the right spots, except for I was really close to being a little off on this side.
That is awesome.
If you're in a bind and you don't know how to do math and you don't want to stress yourself out, make a template. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Join us again next week when hopefully we have more progress done.
And the answer to some crazy exciting news.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
And join us next week.